Hello. Hey, I got a mic this time. Shouldn't have to talk as loud. Let me know. Let me know make sure you can hear me. If I'm too loud, let me know. I can go back to my normal. Actually, I might I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm gonna keep the mic or not. Just cuts down on background noise for me. What's up, guys? How's your guys' Saturday night going? Sound coming through clear? Okay, good. Hey there, Torque 1369. You're new. Haven't seen you before. Hang on. Maybe you guys can look at the books for a second while I adjust here. Try to get in a better position. I guess, yeah, sure. Well, hang on. Why don't you just come get me when you're done? Whatever. How you doing, Torque? What's up? You want to talk? We can talk Star Wars. We can talk something else. We don't have to talk Star Wars. I'm all for talking for other things. Don't remember when I got subbed to you, but I had to come when I saw the title and the notifications. Yeah, Midi-Chlorians. I don't mind the Midi-Chlorians. I don't. I'm one of the few. I'm one of the weirdos that didn't mind that. And the EU explained it. The EU, I like how the EU handled it too. I mean, even in Phantom Menace, don't they say they're markers? Like people misinterpreted that. Like people, I remember people. That's a big misconception with Phantom Menace. Is people thought people were like, "Oh, it's stupid. The Force is midichlorians." No, it's not. They're just markers. That's it. They aren't the Force. People thought they were the Force. They're not. They're just markers for the Force. That's it. Even as a kid, I think I kind of understood that. I think I understood like it's not. I didn't quite understand it, but I knew it wasn't the Force. Tired after a long Twitch night, but it's YouTube time for me, so that works. Yeah, do you stream on Twitch, or do you just you just watch on Twitch? I tried doing Twitch. I tried a little bit. I don't know. I don't um I've kind of fallen out of like playing video games crazy. Man, I was a video game nut when I was a kid and most of my 20s, but I don't know, I'm getting old. I'm becoming an old fart. So I'd rather sit and read a book. Yeah, I don't mind them either. EU did things well, though the early comics made it weird, but better once fixed. What did the early comics do? Are you talking um like early prequel comics? How did they address it? Because I was not reading I've not read many of the prequel comics. If that's what you're talking about. Let me clarify. I guess you can, if you want to clarify there, Torque. Maybe I have a they didn't understand it. I'll bet you the early EU people probably didn't understand it either. Both. Oh, you mean yeah, for Twitch, yeah. Okay. You stream and watch. I feel that I wish I had time to read. Yeah, you can make time. You have to I've realized like you have to schedule it. Like you kind of you have to schedule it for like a in a specific time. I like to do it when I get up. That's when I do it because I'm fresh, my brain's fresh. Like when they had the force created by kyber crystals well before the prequels. Oh yeah, that's what you mean. Okay. Yeah, you're talking like old original EU stuff. Yeah, that was long before Midi-Chlorians. I don't remember, you know what's funny? I don't remember like I remember because I most of the EU early EU I read was like um was Attack of the Clones. And Attack of the Clones, like, did they even talk about it? I don't think they even addressed midichlorians in the rest of the prequels. That was one of those things that just kind of like I guess because the fan response was so negative. I don't remember them talking about midichlorians at all for the rest of the prequels or any of the prequel EU except for like way later, like James Luceno stuff. Hang on. Sit up. That might be part of my body here. Hang on. Sorry, going on a wild ride there for a second. Shit, dang, sorry. I apologize. I'm in a kind of in a weird position here. Mild delay since I'm on mobile. Oh yeah, sometimes that happens. Don't yeah. If it's annoying, let me know. Say yeah, usually go on 6 p.m. to midnight. Yeah, I don't usually stream this late. I don't know. I just hadn't done a stream in a while, so I don't know. My earliest introduction was the original Thrawn trilogy. Yeah, so you're typical. You're pretty typical. That's most people's gateway. So were you? I'm assuming you're. Um, well, I don't know. I shouldn't assume anything, but are you older? Were you around when the Thrawn trilogy came out, or were you just discovered it later? Because I was weird. Well, I wouldn't say it was weird, but I'm a millennial, so I grew up prequel era stuff. My first EU was technically prequel era EU. It was the Jedi Apprentice novel, young adult novels. The first one, The Rising Force. That was my first EU book, and I think technically my first EU material period because I hadn't played any video games yet. I hadn't played any Star Wars video games yet. Um, so yeah, I think that was technically my first EU material was Jedi Apprentice musical. Oh yeah, it happens. Don't worry about it. Yeah, tell me about it. Born '86, so yeah, I remember when each comic for the Empire came out. Oh man, that's awesome. So your comic was the comic the first EU? Are you talking about the comic or the books when you're saying your first EU stuff? Either one. I mean, they're both great. I prefer the novels. I'm more of a novel guy, especially the older I'm getting. I used to like comics and I mean, I still love comics. I do. Don't get me wrong, but I used to be um more of a comics, and I'm kind of starting to edge more towards novels now. The older I'm getting, I'm now off an older millennial. Yeah, yeah, you're an older. We're both millennials. You're just considered an older. I'm like mid because I was born in '90, the beginning of the '90s. So I'm a mid millennial. You're early millennial. So I'm surprised though, man, because you would well, yeah. If you're talking about the comics, then that sounds about right. Like you would have been just prime time for the comics for the Thrawn comics. I'm assuming that's what you're talking about, Torque, where you're saying your first EU. If you're, are you talking about the comics or the books? Let me know. Whoops. At the same time, your EU grasp is really strong. Thank you for your contributions. Of course. I don't know what you mean at the same time, but I appreciate it. Problem. Yeah, I've been an EU fan for a long time. Not as long as Torque here, but I don't have a beat. He only got me beat by a couple years. Because yeah, he's talking about the comics here. Yeah, comics. Didn't read the books till a few years later. I love both, but yeah, so much more to the books. But some of the comics imagery is so iconic. Yeah, they're both great. They're both great. I just prefer the books. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, Torque has got me beat by a few years here. Because I technically, because Rising Force came out. I think Jedi Apprentice was '99, right? It was when the Phantom Menace. It was a Phantom Menace tie-in. So technically, my first EU would be '99. So you got me beat, and the Thrawn comics came out in '97, right? '97, '98, somewhere around. They were right before the prequels. I know that. So you got me beat by a couple years there, Torque. It's funny, EU people are all over the place in terms of age. There's people in their 40s and 50s, and even older than that. There was a guy at a bookstore. I actually, it's one of the first people I really talked about with the EU was a guy I met at a bookstore, and he was like my dad's age, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I read it all when it all came out." I'm like, "Oh man, that's awesome. That's so awesome." I wish I would have been there for the beginning of it. I mean, I was technically alive, but I was being born, you know, so I didn't get to experience it from the Genesis, but I my gateway was the prequels. My gateway to Star Wars was the prequels. I'm a prequel defender. Even before Disney, even before, I know the tide's turned now and people are starting to like the prequels more now because the Disney movies were so crap. But even before that, I was always a prequel defender. I always enjoyed them, even with all their warts and all. I always enjoyed them. Took me a few years before I was willing to consider accepting some of the Disney stuff. First thing I accepted was one of the early Disney books, Ahsoka, I think. Yeah, there's good Disney stuff. I'm not saying it's all horrible. I've never said that. I've only read a little bit of it, but I read Lost Stars. That was good. And I've read some of the comics and I've heard the comics are overall better than the novels. So again, I personally don't engage with it. I've tried a little bit of it and I was just like, I'm just gonna stick to the EU. But I have no issues with people that want to read Disney stuff at all. We're all Star Wars fans. I try to keep it positive on here. What's up, Summers? You talking to Zachary Wagster? I haven't seen you in a while. You changed your ID. You changed your picture. You changed your picture. Is that that's Scott? It's what's his name, isn't it? Spike from yeah, Cowboy Bebop, right? I can see it. Yeah, looks like Spike. Cowboy Bebop, good show. One of the few animes I've watched. I haven't watched much anime. That's one of the few I've seen. Yeah, I didn't get into reading every book as it came out, so maybe a couple years before the Yuzong Vong. Yeah, yeah. See, I came in the EU at a weird time. It's my only complaint. That's one of my only few complaints about the '90s, like late '90s, early 2000s EU. Was it was a little confusing. Like it was a little like they tried to kind of make a clean slate with the Vong stuff, but like I jumped into it and I'm like who are these people? Because I hadn't read the Thrawn trilogy, I hadn't read the X-Wing books, and they catch you up to speed. I mean, you can read NJO on its own and not be totally confused, but it's a lot. Like they do kind of throw a lot of you. Like if you're just going into it blind, um, it's a lot. And then I know the Yuzong Vong are very divisive, but I like them. I think they're great. I love the whole NJO. I know I gush about the NJO on here a lot. I gush about it, so I'll try to move on. Okay, be lurking for a bit though. Well, BBS. Okay. Rewatching Bebop. Yeah, it's great. I've I started watching Neon Genesis Evangelion. I need to finish it. That's fantastic. It's God, it's like really heavy though. It's like emotionally draining. So I'm like, man, I have to like watch it in short bursts because it's very emotionally draining. Hang on. Yeah. I feel like a weirdo here. I'm like in my lumbar chair here. Um, but yeah, Zachary, I've I'm not a huge anime person. I have nothing against it at all, but I've only found like a couple animes I really like. And like I liked Bebop, I liked Ghost in the Shell, and I'm liking Neon Genesis Evangelion for the most part. But yeah, I don't know. Um oh yeah, don't get mad at me. I mean, this is kind of kid stuff, but I've kind of gotten back into Yu-Gi-Oh a little bit. Like recently, I've got my wife, my said wife, my fiance, um, my fiance. I've got kind of got my fiance to Yu-Gi-Oh, the card game, the actual game, and we've been playing it, and she's been loving it, and I've been loving it. And I kind of started rewatching the show a little bit just for nostalgia, and it's not that bad. Like I was expecting it to be like really kiddie and like not fun to rewatch, but it's actually kind of fun to rewatch. I don't know. I don't know if you've ever seen Yu-Gi-Oh, Zach. I'm sure you're aware of it if you know anime, but and like the card game, it's still fun. You can play it as an adult, and it's fun. I don't know. What's your opinion, Zachary? Oh man, you never watched or played Yu-Gi-Oh? Okay, check it out. I don't know. Maybe check it out. At least the anime. I don't know. I know it's kind of like well, I lost two people. I know it's kind of like it's like kid stuff, but like it kind of is and it isn't. I feel like it's like I don't know. I enjoy it. I guess it's nostalgia. I know a lot of it's nostalgia, but I don't know. I enjoy it for what it is. It's a monster battling game. It's just fun to just see monsters just duke it out. I'm a simple man. I'm like Django Fett. I'm a simple man. I enjoy simple pleasures. What does he say? Like I'm a simple man just trying to make my way in the galaxy. That's kind of how I feel. I use that quote a lot. I enjoy simple pleasures like monsters, watching monsters, you know, blow each other up and punch each other, and I don't know. I'll add it to the things to check it out. Yeah, check it out. I won't be offended. Again, I people like take things personally. Like, I don't care. Like, if I won't be offended or anything if you don't like it, if you think it's stupid or something. I don't care. I was genuinely surprised. Like, I started watching it, and I was expecting like Pokemon. Like, I try to rewatch Pokemon as an adult, and it's like it's way too kiddie. I cannot, I cannot watch. I even did. It was in my 20s, so I remember I tried to rewatch it like 9, 10 years ago when I was like in my early 20s, and I'm like, no, this is way too kiddie. It's way too kiddie. Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like you can kind of like, it, I don't know. I just feel like it's more all ages. Like it's not as kiddie. It's not nearly as kiddie. It's like, it's kind of like, I'm trying to think how to explain it. It's almost like it is kind of like edgy. Like it has that kind of like edgelord kind of feel to it. But like, I don't know that to me, I'll take edgelord. Maybe it's because we don't get that anymore. We don't get media like that anymore at all. We don't get like metal, things that look like they're supposed to be on a Metallica album. Like that's what my fiance kept saying. She's like, because we bought a dark, it was a deck, a pre-made deck, whatever, and it had dark creatures in it. And she's like, oh man, this looks like stuff from like my brother's Metallica's albums or like Iron Maiden albums. I'm like, yeah, it kind of does. Like it's kind of like it has that teen like this is so badass like kind of stuff. But it. I feel like that age is better because I don't know. It's still like that stuff's still popular. Like Metallica's still popular. AC/DC, they're still popular. You know, and like you look at stuff like Doom and Doom and Quake and just all that kind of stuff. It's still kind of like rings true. I don't know. I don't know. I'm losing people. Nobody cares. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I don't know if you're still here, Zachary, or anybody for that matter. Like try to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh, and it just like completely derailed the whole thing. Edgelord. Now I have to check out Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, you like that kind of stuff? Oh man, you will love Yu-Gi-Oh. It the whole. I mean, I'm remembering stuff from watching it. The whole it's Edgelord taken to the extreme, man. It's Edgelord and like I'm trying to think how to explain it. It's like stereotypes cranked up to 11. There's literally a character. I'm trying to remember his name right now. What the hell was his name? There's a guy in the show. They're like literally there's different people from different countries when they go to this tournament, whatever they use the cards to battle, and they go to a tournament later in the plot in the show, and there's people from different countries, and there's a guy named um I think I'm screwing it up, but he wears a bandana of the American flag, and his name is literally like American Joe or something, like American Ted or something. Somebody correct me if you know Yu-Gi-Oh, but I can't remember, but he has like his name's American Ted, and he has an American flag bandana, and he talks like like somebody on Fox News. He's just like, "This is I'm American Ted." How do you? It's hilarious. Like even as a kid, I was like rolling. Like I knew it was so. It's played, but they play it straight. It's like played totally straight. Like Yugi has to. That's the main character. The main character's name is Yu-Gi-Oh. That's why it's called Yu-Gi-Oh. But the main character has to battle this guy. And it's played totally straight. Like he has to oh this is gonna be a challenging battle. Like this is gonna be tough or whatever. And it's just like and the guy and then of course like the guy has like American themed like he has an American eagle. That's one of those monsters. Like he has a I don't know, he has like a I'm trying to think like a Statue of Liberty monster. Like it's totally but it's played totally straight. And then you have like I said the edgelord stuff comes in when you have because there's a character named Kaiba. Kaiba is edgelord personified. He's the villain of the show. He's like the recurring villain in the show. He's literally just edgelord, like summed down into one person. He talks. He always talks like, yeah. He always has his collar up like this, and he's always like he okay yeah yeah oh yeah it's dope dude. If you he always has his he's always got his collar up, and he's I'm gonna get you. I'm just gonna I can't. I'm gonna, he doesn't talk about taking over the world, but he's like, I'm gonna get all the best cards in the game, and I'm just, oh man, this is great. This is just, these monsters are so badass, and like he's just like, that's his whole personality is just walking around with his collar up and just being like basically hiding in the shadows, and like he always has his like, he always has his eyes down. He's always like basically doing this, like, oh my god, it's hilarious in the best way. It's like it's it's over the top, but in the best way. It's so like silly and over the top and dumb. But it loops back around to being awesome. I remember where I found you and I subbed. You're only one of the two really good YouTube sources for audiobooks I found. Well, yeah, there's not too many people doing audiobooks, like decent ones. Sorry, try not to get it up in my grill here. Um, yeah, like there's not a whole lot of people doing sci-fi. Like there's people that do audiobooks, but there's not too many people doing like sci-fi stuff. There's a few. Anyway, I don't know. We can move on from Yu-Gi-Oh because that seems to have driven people away. But I don't know. That's just when like I said, I've only rewatched the first episode. I'm already laughing. I'm already enjoying it. But yeah, Torque, I'm glad you're here. Enjoy. What was I gonna say? I don't know. I'm trying to change the subject here. um, but what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought now. Totally. I don't know. Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Give a house tour. Oh, I guess I could, even though I don't live in a house, of an apartment. But I could do that, I suppose. My fiance's on the phone right now, so it might have to be a room tour, Zachary, if that's okay, because I don't want to disturb her. But yeah, we can do that. Hang on one second. Have you seen the books, Zachary? My first stream, I showed the bookshelf. I can do that again though, I guess. So I'll do a quick thing because I don't know if you've seen it, but here's the shelf, and it's all in chronological order. I'll do a I'll do an apartment tour at some point, but I've got that's all the Jedi Apprentice stuff's all hidden back there. That's all back there, Jedi Apprentice, and then Jedi Quest, and those are all hidden back there. I don't know if you can't. It's kind of hard to see, but that's about hidden back there because I ran out of room. And then yeah, this is all. I have a few things I'm missing here and there, but for the most, I've got 90% of prequel stuff. Oops, prequel stuff. Boom, boom, and then I guess I don't know. Maybe you haven't seen this, Zachary. First edition, hardcover, original copy. And this is not. This was written by Alan Dean Foster. It says George Lucas on the cover, but it was ghost written by Alan Dean Foster. And I have a bind up. I have the rest of the original trilogy novelizations. They're just not. They're back. They're not in there right now because I ran out of room. I got to get another shelf and rearrange it. But I got here. Hang on. Heart of the Jedi custom print. That unreleased EU there. Dark Forces custom print. That's another. I can't. If I pull it out, it's gonna make everything come apart. But Thrawn trilogy, and then actually, I guess I might as well pull this out. I just got this the other day. Actually, I've never had a hardcover of shoot. It's gonna make everything kind of fall apart here, but oh well. Pick this up at I just picked this up at the library sale the other day. Hardcover, first edition, I Jedi in great shape. Jacket's got a little bit of wear, but picked that up for 50 cents the other day. Had a library. I'll mess with that later. Now I'll probably just leave it out because that's gonna yeah, whatever. Just leave it for now. And then we got boom, boom, boom. I have all the Bantam stuff, by the way, Zachary. Every single Bantam book. I'm only missing Del Rey stuff. Young Jedi Knights hardcover. I need to get the hardcovers for the rest, but I had to buy the rest of paperback. I have the Junior Jedi Knights. That's Anakin's books, and then the entire NJO, all first editions down here. Boom, boom, boom. And I had hardcovers for most of the paperbacks, but I had to sell them for money reasons. Dark Nest hardback, and I have two of these. I had sold one, kept the better copy, and then I guess you haven't seen this. Oop. And then I got need to get these in hardback. Well, Legacy of the Force and Fate of the Jedi and hardback and every X-Wing Crucible. And then comics. I don't know if you want to see comics, but yeah, I guess I can show them off again. And this is again, this isn't everything. This is 90% of it, but there's stuff I got boxed up that I ran out of room for. So yeah. Oh, wait, remember I've been collecting for a lifetime here. So I have all the Tales of the Jedi, Dark Lord or Golden Age of the Sith. These are all first prints, by the way. This is a hardback. This is becoming incredibly hard to find here. This is hardback. So yeah, the original Tales of the Jedi. Got that. The bind up of that. And then the Freedom Dad Uprising. That's like the quick little sequel they made to Tales of the Jedi. Trying to keep these in order here. We got, and then Dark Lords of the Sith. Yeah, I'll try to make it up a little bit so you can see it a little better. Dark Lords of the Sith. Try to speed through these here. Sith War. Redemption. And that's the last of Tales of the Jedi. And then I have this kind of mediocre series, but I found it at a comic shop for a buck a piece, so I bought them. The Jedi versus Sith, which got readapted into the Bane books, the first Bane book. So I don't know if you want to. I guess I can show them all off real fast. I don't know. I probably won't show all of that. That'll take forever. But it's a 6 book or 6 comic series. It was the original version of Bane's whatever Bane's origin or whatever. Darth Bane. And then this Zamwazel comic. And then I've got all the Jango Fett comics, which these are essential to me. Got the Jango Fett open seasons. I don't know if it's kind of reflecting there, which is really these comics are surprisingly important. Like for Mandalorian, this is like the foundation pretty much for like a lot of the Mandalorian stuff. It gets referenced a lot. Even Disney, even the Disney canon references it still, with Jasper Murillo and all that. I mean, I know he was from that short story first, but I got the Darth Maul comic. Got the Jedi Council comic, which is kind of like a weird like I think it's a sort of it's a prequel to Phantom Menace, kind of an odd one. And then and I forgot this was signed. I have all the Clone Wars comic trades, and that was signed by the artist. He drew a little clone trooper up there. I'm gonna try to keep these somewhat organized here. So I guess I could just because the covers on these are kind of boring, but I've got here's all the Clone Wars comics, which I need to actually have not read all these yet. I need to finish reading them. I'm only about halfway through them, but it's a big. Here I could just show off the spines or whatever because it's not. They're pretty boring covers. They're just I don't know. This one's pretty good, but it's all the Clone Wars comics, the OG the good, the good Clone Wars. Sorry, even though I don't hate the Cartoon Network Clone Wars like most EU people do. the pre-Disney stuff. At least I don't mind it. And they got Dark Empire first edition. Trade of that. Dark Empire. I just prefer trades. I prefer reading trades. So clearly, as you can tell, oops, Dark Empire 2. I know we got it's kind of reflecting because of the Luke looking like he's like constipated or something there. I always thought he had a weird look on that cover. And then Empire Zen, which the trade of this is like way overpriced, so I just bought the issues. So Empire Zen 1 and 2. And then you got Crimson Empire 1, a little beat up, but it's my personal copy, so read it as a kid. Most of this is from when I was a kid, by the way. Not all of it, but most of it. And then Crimson Empire 2. And I had Crimson Empire 3, but got destroyed in a fire. So it's very expensive now. So I'm hoping to stumble across it at some point. Jedi Academy Leviathan. Kevin J. Anderson's one kind of dud in my opinion. His one dud. Not Darksaber. I thought Darksaber was great. A lot of people don't like Darksaber. A lot of people think that's his dud. And then I need to collect these. By the way, I have not. This is my one probably biggest like gap. Isn't the invasion, the later like legacy stuff. I mean, I know this isn't legacy. This is NJO, but excuse me. Got the one invasion comic, and then I've started collecting legacy comics. That's probably my biggest gap is legacy. I've only got the first few legacy comics, legacy trades. Here's volume 2. Got And then I've got that's like I said, there's some gaps because there's 5, and I know I'm missing like 3 or 4 of them at least, or give or take. And then Legacy 2, I'm missing pretty much all of Legacy 2. I have the one like free comic book day thing, and that's most of the comics. I have some individual issues of the '70s Marvel comics, but that's about it in terms of comics. I didn't buy a lot of comics as a kid. I was not a huge comic person as a kid, so I bought more novels. I've always been more of a book guy than a comic guy. So I'd show you. I don't know. I'm tempted to show you my closet, even though it's a freaking mess, because I have a bunch of my fantasy books in there and stuff. I just picked this up. I think I showed this in the last stream, but I just picked up my She's a War the other day. I know that's like common as dirt, but I don't know. I just wanted it. So, what do you think, Zach? Pretty cool, eh? Um, yeah, I'll just show you the closet. I know it's a mess, but I don't know. It's pretty much all books, so I don't know. It's not as fun to look at. It's mostly fantasy, just all my fantasy, and not all my fantasy, but a lot of my fantasy books and sci-fi books. Yeah, no problem. I've shown most of this off before, but yeah, I guess you weren't here, but it's all good. Oh yeah, here if you want to see, I got some signed stuff. I got Young Jedi Knight signed. Kevin and his wife signed that. Yeah, yeah, I got that. I think I had. I have one of the things that it's not here. Fantasy sci-fi is my favorite book genre. Oh yeah, same here. I'm starting to get more into fantasy though. I've always been more of a sci-fi guy. I think I still am overall, but I'm starting to get more into fantasy. I've been reading. I've been slowly working my way through Wheel of Time, and I'm reading Dragonlance. I'm reading through some of the pretty much the main Dragonlance books right now. So, I don't know, like a bunch of other things, but let's see here. I guess I'll show you the closet, even though it's a freaking mess. But I'll just try to avoid the mess so you can just see. Let's see here. Here. God, this is most of my like again not most, but like Terry Pratchett. Yeah, I know I've heard good things. I haven't read them yet though. But here, if you want to see some of it, some of my, I mean, again, they're paperbacks, but and again, this isn't my nice stuff. This is kind of just my reader copies of things. But oh, and then yeah, video game fans will like this. My and it's all in there, by the way. This is all in there. Ocarina, boom. It's just in a box protector thing, but and then if you can, well, you probably can't see it, but I've got the original Resident Evils up there in the boxes. I was locked by that up there, but those are up there. I've got, as you can see, I like David Eddings, and then again, this is kind of like a mishmash of a bunch of different things here, but let's see, my Dune. I've got my first edition Dune. I usually show that off. It's way back up there. Though. I don't know if I can reach it. Let's see. I've got that's my N64. I got that in a box. I don't want to pull that down because that's gonna be a mess. That's an old antique. That thing over there is an old antique toy car. Let's see. Yeah, see if I can reach the dune back here because I usually like to show that off. Trying not to. Gosh, God, hang on. Might have to just. I don't know if I can do this while I'm holding on to this. Hang on. My dunes are all back here. They're all kind of hidden back in here, but I always want to show the. I always want to show this off. First edition Dune. I don't know if you can see it. The lighting's not. So, boom. I have all of them in first edition. I just don't pull them all out right now. It would be a nightmare. But oh yeah, Dune's great. I've got all the Kevin stuff too. I haven't read most of it, but let's see. I'm trying to think of anything else that's kind of cool. I've showed off Dark Forces already. I can do it again, I guess though. I got yeah, I got the original Dark Forces in the box, complete and everything. It's way back up here though. Dark Forces, boom, Calcatarn in the box and everything, complete. I've got some guides, some Star Wars guides, but they're kind of a pair of pain to get to. I guess I could show this one at least. The original encyclopedia. I got that. That's the original. Oops. Oh, so I think that I don't know what the hell just fell. Boom. Original encyclopedia, Star Wars encyclopedia. The big, the sand sweet one. Before this is pre-prequel. It's a pre-prequel one. I just like the cover of it. And I've got more guides. They're just kind of hard to get to right now. Let's see. I don't know, I'd like to know what fell, but oh well. figure it out. And then I don't know. I guess I could show off like thrift store stuff I picked up recently. Like let's see, most of this down here is all thrift store books I found. I mean, nothing really like super interesting, but I've been reading through Orson Scott Card stuff. You know, I've got Terry Brooks. Haven't read any of that. I haven't read any of this yet. My most of my Halo book collection's kind of hidden. It's down here, but this is not all, but most of my Halo book collection is right there. You can see it. And then I've got a little bit. Again, this is like a fraction of my books. I have way more books than this. I just couldn't bring them all. A lot of them are in storage right now. Let's see. Anything else? Yeah, like I mean, like pretty much. I guess I could show you the living. I could show you guys the living room. You know, hopefully the missus won't flip out here because I'm trying to think what I have in there. I've got my Wheel of Time, and all that's in the other room. Hang on, I guess I'll just show it. You got the phone? I just wanted to show them the books real quick. Okay. So
He's busy. She said, "Is Austin ready to talk to me?" I'm like, "No, he's busy." Sorry, night court's on.
night court. Oh, there you go. And then let's see here. Yeah, I got Wheel of Time down here. Most of it. I'm missing a few things. Missing the end of it, but I've got most of it there. And then I've got my Raymond Fight stuff down here. And then I know it's kind of silly, but I got the Aragon stuff down here. And then some of my video game stuff here. And again, I have all the Alien and Resident Evil books, but these are the ones I'm just reading right now here. Oops. So I have the whole collection of all this stuff. It's just all in boxes right now. You know, Ring World, I've been reading that. Oops. So that's some of it. Like I said, it's just a small little taste. I've got way more books than that. I mean, I could pull them out, but that would involve having to go through boxes, and it would be a pain. But I guess I can do some of it. But do you guys have anything you want to ask? Go ahead. The chat's kind of like at a standstill. I picked up this fantasy book the other day, Kings of the Wall. I've heard good things about it. I've heard good things about this author and this book. So I picked that. That was at that. I went to that what do you call it? That book sale at a library. I got this for like 25 cents. I love library book sales. Thrift stores. Thrift stores used to have prices like that. I'm starting to get mad. I'm starting to get mad at Goodwill, man, guys, because they charge like $3, $4 for books now. It's like I might as well just go to a used bookstore. Never heard of it. Yeah, I hadn't either, but and then I hear more David Eddings, fancy stuff. Um, oh yeah, my fiance just read through this. I got Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, which is a great comic series. Originally going to be a movie. Originally, this was going to be a movie, and they ended up having to turn it into a comic book because the movie couldn't get made. So that's a good series, and then that's the sequel. I got the sequel to it. So I don't know. Like I said, I really don't want to have to pull all this out, but I have pretty much like the entire collection of like pretty much anything you can think of like for tie-in media. I like tie-in books. tying novels and things. So like if there's a series I like, I pretty much buy any like novel or comic of it. I got most of the Alien comics, most of the Predator comics and books and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, here's an EU thing. It's a hardback. I just couldn't fit it on the shelf. So I've got all the Boba Fett books. They're up on the shelf. They're just hidden. This is the hardback for the first one, Fight to Survive. Good book. I like the Boba Fett novels. The Boba Fett YA novels. They get dumped on. Like they're a little weird. I'm not gonna say they don't. They get a little weird. Like, but I like them. I don't know. I enjoyed them for the most part. They're fun little quick reads. I got the Darth Maul. I have some of these journals. Anyway, I don't know. Chat's dying, so I guess we'll move on here. So let's see. I like Isaac Asimov. Foundation. I've been reading the Foundation books. Those are good. I've got them. They're in paperback, but yeah, same here. I haven't been to one lately. That one I went to two. I went to one, no two, in this past month, and those are the first two I've been to in a long time. Because they don't do them where I moved. Where for last used to live, they didn't do them nearly as much. I don't know. They're where I've moved. They do them way more in the area I've moved to. I'm trying to think. Um, like I said, I got way more stuff, but it's all like boxed up. It's all kind of tucked away because I'm in an apartment. So like I have game consoles and like tons of cool stuff, but it's all boxed up. Let's see. Let's see here. Trying to think. I don't know. That's about it for like really interesting stuff that's easy to get to right now. You got the whole Goosebumps collection too. I don't know if anybody. I only got one person here, but I don't have it with me. But I got the knockoff. If you want to see some goofy, like really silly looking knockoff horror novel covers, I could go through those, I guess. Let's see. Like I've got these are pretty really cheesy. Let's see, at the time we haven't fallen back yet, have we? No, I don't think we have yet. Like I got some goosebumps. I mean, there's a newer. These aren't as fun to look at. They're the newer ones, but I got these were at that book sale. I paid like 25 cents for these, so I couldn't pass that up. 25 cents for Goosebumps, even though some of them are newer. Oh, oh yeah, I read this. I read I never read the later Night Living Dummy books. This book is hilarious. Like this book is genuinely funny. I'm reading this in my 30s and I'm laughing my ass off. It's hilarious. There's a joke. I mean, I guess it's not gonna be funny because it's gonna be out of context, but well, maybe I'll just read it. Oh man, oh I don't know. I have to find it, so I guess I'll just move on. But um, there's a like, well, I guess I won't get into it because it wouldn't make any sense. But like, I don't know if you guys know Goosebumps. Like Slappy he insults people. You know, that's one of the things he does. Because he's a jerk, and he's just God. He said some really funny one-liners in that book. Oh, these are all first prints, by the way. The Goosebumps, the older ones. I try to generally buy first prints or like early printings. I think, yeah, these are first prints. So, and I've not read all these. I think this is a first print. Yep. These are all pretty much first prints, I think. And this isn't my, again, this is just like a tiny little fraction of my collection here. Oh, this one's hard to find. This is hard to find. The early prints of this, like original printings of this are getting really hard to find. That's like, I think this is like a $20, $30 book now. I think this one's starting to get hard to find too. Calling all creeps. I watched the episode. Actually, I was watching through my fiance and I were watching through the TV show, the old original TV show, and the episode for this was pretty funny. It was really silly, but like it was good in a funny way, in kind of a silly, ridiculous way. Don't go to sleep. And these are all a lot of these are later ones. Like I said, they're getting kind of hard to find. You know, the auditorium. That was actually this was a genuinely good episode. The book's good too. Like they're both good. The book and the TV show episode of this are both good. Like genuinely good. Goosebumps is good. Like that. I mean, it's hit or miss. It's like anything else. There's some that are just complete junk, and there's others that are actually genuinely good. I got some of the some of this is later stuff. Like I got thrift stores. I just collect all of it. I mean, obviously I go for the older stuff first, but and then I don't know. Again, I don't know if you guys know this. These are the knockoff. This is the knockoff, the dollar store knockoff, the Goosebumps, Shivers. I just started collecting these because I find them same thing. I find them at thrift stores. It's the dollar store knockoff. But I don't know. There's people that like these. Try to keep these in order. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep these in order. Here's another one, the door. It's just Goosebumps. It's just like it's knockoff Goosebumps. It's dollar store not got dollar store Goosebumps basically. These were sold I think at Dollar Generals and like Family Dollars and stuff. Apple Orchard. And like same thing. I've heard like some of these are just awful. Like I think the quality gap is bigger than Goosebumps. Like there's some that are actually good and there's some that are like horrible, like just awful. Probably worse. I think overall it's considered inferior to Goosebumps, but Beast Beneath the Boardwalk. Like and some of these covers are actually pretty creepy. Like that's a cool cover. I mean, I don't know. Again, some of these covers are actually pretty cool. Like that's pretty cool to me. That would be like a horror movie, like a B movie horror movie cover. And then this one's incredibly rare. This one's like worth like $200-300 for some reason. I think I'm assuming it had like a really low print run or something. But I looked this up and it's worth like $200. Believe it or not, I know it seems stupid. Like this stupid weird this Goosebumps knockoff is worth like $200-300, but it is. Believe it or not. So if I ever need some quick cash, that's going on eBay. Here's last one. I just picked this one up the other day, actually. Creepy clothes. It's just the farmer, that farm famous picture. Like I said, I haven't read any of those yet. I gotta finish Goose. I'm gonna read those when I finish Goosebumps. But those are all thrift stores. Like that stuff I pick up at thrift. Pretty much, honestly, like 90% of my books are from thrift stores. Even Star Wars. A lot of these, like 90% of these, I picked up at thrift. Aside from the stuff I had as a kid, a lot of that's thrift store stuff. So I don't know. I don't want to bore you. I'm probably boring you guys. The two people that are watching this. So I just want to do a quick little stream. I don't know. I'll probably end this soon because my battery's gonna die on my laptop here. But I'm assuming you're still here, Zachary. I think you're the only guy I think that's really talking to me. So I don't know. I don't know what your we can talk about something. I don't have to show I don't have to keep showing off my junk. Half here walking back from a friend's place. Oh, okay. Wow, okay. That's so I'm out in public with you. That's cool. Thanks for being here, Torque. Would you rather have to speak in rhyme for the rest of your life or have to speak in riddles for the rest of your life? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Um, ooh, probably rhyme because I feel like you could still get things done. Like it would suck, but I feel like you could still get things done. In riddles, I don't know how would you function? How would you be able to function? Because people you just confuse everybody. Like, you wouldn't be able to. How would you order food? Like if you go to a restaurant, like what is you'd have to come up with like if you were trying to order a hamburger or something. I mean, I guess you could just make your own food all the time, but and just not talk to anybody. But it would be a pretty lonely. I feel like that would be more of a lonely existence because you'd just isolate yourself because people wouldn't want to have to answer riddles to interact with you. So rhyming, yeah, it'd be more entertaining. Definitely, like the riddle thing would be more entertaining. I feel like it'd be more entertaining at first, but then after a war, the fun of it wore off. It would be hell. But I feel like people would not want to deal with you. Like, oh, it's that guy. Like, oh, like it's just every interaction would just be a complete nightmare. Like if you had to get if you were like just if you worked in a lighthouse or something, it wouldn't matter. But I don't know. That's my opinion. Because the rhyming thing, you could kind of work around it. I feel like if you work around the rhyming thing, if you had to, I don't know. I think, I don't know. I have weird like I'm weird about rhyming. There's like period. I'll go through spurts where I can just rhyme. I can rhyme like without even trying, and then there's times I just suck at it. I don't know what it is. It's weird. I don't know. I'm weird. I have my brain is like I don't know. My brain functions weird. I'm kind of like a 0 to 100 kind of guy. I'm either like totally when I'm on, I'm on. Like I'm just like 100% focused, and I could I could shoot the wings off a fly or whatever. And then there's times other days where I'm just not even. I know when I've slept well and I'm on top of things, I'm just blah. But I guess that's true with everybody. I don't know. Would you rather be trapped in a romantic comedy with your enemies or trapped in a horror movie with your friends? Hmm, that's a good question too. I feel like the first one would be more entertaining. Just like horror movie with your friends, you watch your friends die, watch your friends get killed and stuff. So I'd probably go with the first one. I feel like that would be more entertaining. It'd be more entertaining, A, and less B, less life threatening. Like that would be funny. Actually, that could be extremely entertaining. Like just Leatherface and like trying to think of you know whatever Leatherface and like Sleepless in Seattle or something or like just I'm trying to think of I don't know many romantic comedies like what's okay A Big Fat Greek Wedding or something have like the Gremlins or something. I don't know. I can't think of a good example, but like seeing horror icons in romantic comedies, I think would be that. Actually, you might have something there, Zachary. That could be a hilarious like parody or something. Like my big fat gremlin wedding instead of my big fat Greek wedding, just my big fat gremlin wedding, and like have the one family be normal and then the other like the Greek families, the gremlins. That could be hilarious. Actually, that might be something. You might have a golden idea there, Zachary. Or what? How about instead of Sleepless in Seattle, like um, Sleepless in Elm Street? Like you do Sleepless on Elm Street. There you go. That worked perfectly. And have like Freddy Krueger. I don't know what would it be like. Freddy Krueger falls in love with um some like soccer mom or something, and she I don't know. You could have her like he like kills off all of her ex boyfriends or something. I don't know. You could do something with that. I feel I can't quite come up with something like really funny, but I feel like you could do something with that. Somebody with some comedy talent there could do something with that idea. Hmm. Let's see. What are some other? I just don't know many romantic comedies. That's the problem. I know horror movies out the yin yang, but the Notebook. You have like the Notebook and have like I don't know. I'm trying to think of somebody like maybe like Jason Voorhees writing in his notebook, just like sitting and like writing his notebook, and have him be Ryan Gosling's character or something. Okay, Jerry Maguire. What was it? What's the line? Jerry Maguire like you had me at hello or something. You could be like Jason. Actually, no, that could be hilarious. Like have Jason, just have it be have that be Jason, Jerry Maguire, just, instead of Jerry Maguire, Jason Voorhees, and just and you, but he can't, because Jason never talks. Like the whole movie, just be Jason, like just with his machete and just like you had me at hello. Like it just be like just have him like swinging his machete, like and like have like subtitles at the bottom. You had me at hello or something. Actually, that could be funny. I know I'm just pulling it out of my butt, but that's funny. Let me know. I don't know if that sounds stupid, guys. Let me know. But I don't know. To me, that's like that. Actually, I'll do all of them with Jason. Like just anything with Jason. Just have Jason. He's just dead silent the whole time because he never talks. Just have him just or you like have you can have him make like his weird noises once in a while where he kind of woo whatever. Like I think doesn't he does that when he gets hit or like his mask gets knocked off. He'll woo. Like just have him like you know I don't know. I think it'd be funnier if he didn't even talk. Just have him just like pantomime things and just like they go on a date. He was on a date with somebody and just like, I don't know, like the guy doesn't, you know, I don't know, let's say the cab guy doesn't stop or whatever, just have him chase down the cab and like stab the cab driver through the thing, like pull him out of the cabbie and like stab him and I don't know. There's a lot of unintentional comedy I feel like you could do with Jason. Just have him be like a mime. You just have him mime things and just have him like pantomiming everything. I don't know. I'd rather be forced to listen to same 10 songs on repeat for the rest of your life, or forced to watch the same 5 movies on repeat for the rest of your life. I probably do the movie thing. It takes me a long time to get tired of movies. So yeah, I think you guys are leaving, so it's fine. My laptop's gonna die, so it's probably for the best. Gotta go. Have a great night. I'll be listening to more of your audiobooks soon. Glad. Good. I'm glad. Enjoy, Torque. Enjoy. Peace out, brother. Yeah. Peace out, Zachary. I'll catch you guys later. I'll probably end this. I just want to do a quick little. I don't know. I hadn't done a stream in a while, so just want to do a quick little one. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Zachary and Torque. I think you guys were the two main. You guys were the driving force behind tonight's stream. So I appreciate it. Oh, you're not leaving. Oh, you're talking to Torque. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, Zachary. My laptop's probably gonna die here soon, so I can give you a few more minutes, but it's gonna die on me here any minute now. So yeah, I mean, like I said, unless you got something real major, I'm looking at my laptop's gonna die in the next like 10 minutes here or so. Unless you got something you want to ask me, like something major or something you want to talk about, I'll probably end it here in the next minute or two. Let me know, Zach. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll probably just end it because I'm worried it's gonna cut me off. I'm just it's just gonna cut to black here. I don't want to leave you. I don't want to leave you hanging. So yeah, I think you're it, Zach. I think that says that there's two people in here, but I don't know. Other person, if you're here, say something. I think it's just you, Zach, pretty much. So yeah, same to you, Zach. Enjoy. And like I said, check out Yu-Gi-Oh. I wouldn't mind having somebody to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh with. So if you get a chance, it's on YouTube. Actually, I think the first season of it's you can watch the whole thing on YouTube. That's what I've been doing. It's the official Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I think uploaded it, so you can watch the whole thing on there. So anyway, yeah. You have a good rest of your night too, Zach. I will. I think I'll end it there, unless, like I said, somebody's got something earth-shattering. Probably ended here. So yeah, I will do another stream. I know this was kind of like spur of the moment. I know it's the middle of the night, but I'll do more. Don't worry. I will do more. I'll try to be on here more because I know I've just been busy. I just haven't had time lately. So trying to make more time because I like talking to you guys. So yeah, I think I'll end it there. I will see you guys later. So may the force be with you always.